180 degree minus alpha 2 angle with negative x axis. That means we will get one component is along this side, which is f2 cos 180 degree minus alpha 2, and another component which is along this side, which is f2 sin 180 degree minus alpha 2, right? Then last one is f3. Just look at here. If this angle is alpha 3, if this angle is alpha 3, then what about this angle? Then what about this angle? Just look at here. This whole angle is 180 degree. So if we add if we add this portion, this whole angle is alpha 3, right? So what about this angle? This angle equals to 180 degree minus alpha 3. Sorry, alpha 3 minus 180 degree. This one is alpha 3 minus 180 degree, right? So this is, we should take minus, and this one is also minus. That means one component is along this side. This is, what about this angle? This angle is alpha 3 minus 180 degree. If we just this angle, that means f3 makes f3 makes alpha 3 minus 180 degree angle with negative x-axis. So one component is along this side, which is f3 cos minus 180 plus alpha 3, and along this direction f3 sin minus 180 degree plus alpha 3. Okay, so if we add all the components along its axis, then we will get resultant vector along x-axis. Just look at here. So here f1, f2, f3 acting on a body. If the resultant force is r vector, that means r vector equals to f1 vector plus f2 vector plus f3 vector. If we resolute all the vectors f1, f2, f3 along x-axis and y-axis, then we can write Rx. What is Rx? Rx is the resultant vector along x-axis. So obviously Rx equals to component of f1 vector along x-axis plus component of f2 vector along x-axis plus component of f3 along x-axis. So if 1 equals to, what about this component? f1 cos alpha. This one is along this direction, right? This component is along this direction. That means minus f2 cos 180 degree minus alpha 2. And this one is also along this direction. So this is also minus, because along negative x-axis, so we should take negative. So minus f3 cos 180 minus 180 plus alpha 3, right? So now what about this component f3? Just take negative minus cos, we can write 180 minus alpha 3, 180 minus alpha 3. f3, if we take negative sign, if we take common negative sign, then cos 180 degree minus alpha 3, right? Now minus at here, because cos of minus theta, if we consider this is theta, then cos of minus theta equals to cos theta. That means f3 cos 180 degree minus alpha 3. Okay, and cos 180 degree minus alpha 3, just look at here. This is the second quadrant, and in second, because 90 degree into 2, right? So this is the second quadrant, and in second quadrant cos is negative. So that's why this is equals to minus cos alpha 3. So Rx equals to f1 cos alpha 1. This one is also second quadrant, that's why cos 180 degree minus theta equals to minus cos theta. Okay, so f1 cos alpha 1 plus f2 cos alpha 2 plus f3 cos alpha 3. Now what about ry? Ry is the resultant vector along y-axis, which is equals to sum of all the component of these vectors along y-axis. So what about f1y? f1 sin alpha 1, this is equals to f2 sin, just look at here, f1 sin alpha 1 is along positive y-axis, that's one, this is positive. F2 sin 180 degree minus alpha 2 is also along positive y-axis, so this is also positive, but this component is along negative y-axis, that's why we should take this is along this direction, this is negative. So just look at here, this is f1 sin alpha 1 plus 180 degree means second quadrant, and in second quadrant sine and cosec both are positive, so this one will be f2 sine alpha 2. Okay, and this is equals to minus f3, just look at here, this is equals to sine minus 180 minus alpha 3, and sine of minus theta equals to minus sine theta. Okay, so minus 180 minus alpha 3 and minus, this is second quadrant, and in second quadrant sine is positive, so we can write minus sine alpha 3. Okay, so just look at here, minus this one equals to minus sine alpha 3, and this minus will be positive, so ry equals to f1 sine alpha 1 plus f2 sine alpha 2 plus f3 sine alpha 3. Okay, ry is the magnitude of component of r vector along y-axis. So the magnitude of resultant vector r vector is given by r vector equals to root over rx square plus ry square. So concurrent forces, this is the rest of part. The direction of r vector, if we assume that the direction, this, just look at here, if we add all these forces, this is f1, this is f1, and then if we take f2 and add this, and then if we take f3 and add this, then we will get this is the resultant vector, right? This is the head-tail method. So if we get this r vector, this is the r vector, and if we consider that this resultant vector is make alpha angle with positive x-axis, then what about direction of r? So tan alpha equals to, just look at here, tan alpha equals to rx by ry. Rx means component of r vector along x-axis, and ry means component of r vector along y-axis. So here alpha is the angle of r vector along and r vector and positive x-axis. We can also write here tan alpha equals to, just look at here, tan alpha equals to this component and this component, right? That means r sin alpha by r cos alpha. That's it.